the most primitive, I would guess, and that's perhaps the wrong word, the most essential female biological impulse is reproduction. The most basic thing a woman should want to do is have children. And the most primitive male biological function is protection. Like you just said about your son, he wants his sword. We have women who don't want to have kids, and we have men who don't want to protect society. The fact that men are not marching in England right now saying we must protect all our schools and protect little girls, as opposed to just advocating to allow in a bunch of military-age males who can beat the shit out of them, is really incredible. It's truly incredible. It's amazing they've managed to psyop men to give up all of their protective instincts. And then they've psyoped women into not want to have children anymore. And they've replaced these with some warped version of something else. I mean, I guess it's the first time I'm saying this. I guess I'm just analyzing on the fly. But people, I guess these men marching in these anti-racism riots, I guess it's satisfying their protective instinct because they feel like they're protecting the immigrants, maybe? I don't know. And they're afraid to protect their own people because they don't want to be deemed racist and they can't defend their opinion. But it's really interesting when you say straight homos because you nailed it. They're like, you meet men and they're like, oh yeah, and they're supposed to have a wife. They're all just gay.
Yeah.
They're all gay.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you can't do anything. And I could beat you up. That's why I'm like, you know, hey, I'm sorry to tell you this, that your father's a straight homo. You know what I mean? Like, I know that he is straight sexually, but also he's a homo.
Yeah.
And in that 90 sense of like, there's nothing he can do here. And he knows that.
Yeah.
And so I do also want to, in closing, commend you on something, which was so crazy. So there was this person who was doing like a bunch of digital content. I thought his content was amazing, got into touch. I mean, figured out this is like a young school kid, like basically essentially like 20 years old, like just turned 20 years old. And I'm like, dude, you're a hustler.
Yeah.
Like, where did you learn how to do all of this stuff? Like, I'm going to hire you. I'm like, what school did you go to? Harvard, Columbia, Hustler University. I said, excuse me? What's Hustler? I went to Andrew Tate's school and I learned how to do all of these. I mean, this kid is going to make a killing. I mean, I'm telling you, he's going to make an absolute killing. It's like around the clock, work.
Yeah.
Comes from the wrong side of the tracks. I figure out, hired him. One of the greatest hires that I've had, like unbelievably. Amazing. And so that really